welcome back to my Flosstube. This is Flosstube number 5. My name's Imogen, but most people call me Immy, and I go by Stitch by Immy over on here and on Instagram. And welcome back! I feel like I haven't spoken to you in ages, but looking back at my last video, it was only around 4 weeks ago, so it wasn't that long ago, but I feel like a lot has happened, and if I'm honest, I've kind of lost my stitchy bug a bit in the last few weeks, which is such a shame because it's my favourite time of year to stitch and I have so many lovely projects to show you, so I'm really hoping creating this video gets my bug back and I can make some progress on some of these lovely projects that I've started. So since I've seen you last, I've only had one finish. Let me put my cup of tea down. Yes, so I've only had one finish, and unfortunately I don't have it with me to show you as I've already given it to my nan as a gift. So if I just grab the pattern, I will put a picture up where I was last time, and the pattern in question is this one, which is the May 2024 Cotton and Twine Historical Sampler Company. It's their club box, and I started it a while ago, a few months ago, picked it back up last month to make it a finish, but I said in my past videos that I wasn't intending on stitching the May, and I ended up stitching Nan instead. So I'll include here a picture of the finish. I think it was on the 8th of September that I posted on Instagram, and then since then I have framed it within this white frame that came with the kit and given it to my nan. So if she hasn't found a final display place yet, but when she does, I'll see if I can get her to snap a picture and I'll show you that on Instagram too. So yeah, that's my one and only finish. And then in terms of whips, I have just one. So you may be very familiar with this. This is Going Coastal by Love Poppet, and I had hoped come this video this would be a finish, but sadly not. That's just the way things go sometimes. So I have made some progress. I'm chipping away at these waves. You can see that I've stopped and started in a few locations. I don't know why, but my brain can't cope with all the you know, the different lengths and the gaps, which gives it such an impact. But yeah, it takes some counting and some thinking. So yeah, I'm not too far, but I still have a way to go. And this wave, I keep having to frog it and then restitch it, and I keep thinking, oh, I'm there, it's gonna meet up, but again, it didn't meet up. So I think what I'm gonna do is just continue with the waves I know are correct, fill them all in, and then I'll leave that wave to last, and I may have to fudge it, but I'm sure it'll still be lovely. So yes, Going Coastal by Love Poppet. I bought it as a kit, so it comes with all the colourful DMC. My needle and binder is by Laura at Cotton and Clay UK, which is, her shop is sadly closed at the moment because she's having a kitchen refit, but I think she's open again next month. I'll add the date here that her shop reopens, because as you'll see, as I keep showing my projects, there's quite a few cotton and clay needle minders, so should you want to get them, then you'll know when you can do so. So let me show you again, although you're probably very familiar, the final stitch should look like this. So I have made progress, just not as much as I had hoped. I actually took this away with me last week when I went away. Coming up I have some lovely autumnal and Halloween designs, but I thought this was the most fitting to take away, plus it's a more convenient size. I took this with me, and I also took a new start. So in total I have 4 new starts, some of which I've made only a tiny bit of progress. As I mentioned, I've had been in a bit of a stitchy rut, but a whip is a whip nonetheless. So the other start I took away with me on holiday. And you're probably thinking I've had quite a lot of holidays this year, and that's true. I've been very lucky, but I've also entirely run out of annual leave now until it renews at the end of March. So I've just had them all clustered together the last few months, and now there'll be no more holidays for me. But at least it's Christmas. So this was, oh, it's a bit shiny, but this was the kit that I purchased in Sheffield back in August, and I took this with me because I thought it might be nice to have a couple of options, and it was quite a nice summery small. So it is called Peruvian Lily by RHS. That's the Royal Horticultural Society. And as I said, I've only made a small start. And here it is. It's hard to tell, but I always start in the centre, so it's sort of the centre of the flower there. The needle minder says, "Be blooming kind," and it was by Sophie Cross, but I don't think she sells it any longer because it came with a kit with the same wording that you could make into a banner, but I just thought it was a nice little one. It's quite small with a smaller hoop, and it fitted in quite nicely with the floral theme. So I'm not sure if I'll continue on this one, or I might put it to bed now until next summer, but we'll see. It's only a small, so it shouldn't take too long, but I do have other projects calling me, and as we approach the end of the year, I should probably start thinking about stitchy gifty plans. So this one may fall to the wayside, but I do really like it. I think it's a really nice little kit. Lilies are my favourite flower, so I will pick it up again at some point, but I'm at this point in time I'm not sure when. And that is being stored in one of my little project bags with my logo on. I believe this was an additional one, so you might have seen from my Flosstube Extra, my birthday haul, that my mum kindly made a couple of bags for me and put my logo on them. And then when we were in Hobbycraft a couple of months ago, she saw some of these canvas bags, and it was on a really good offer, like 3 for £1, and she had some transfers left, so I got some more, so that's really nice. So again, yes, that is Peruvian Lily by RHS. Next whip, which is very exciting, comes from Cross Stitch in the Forest by Pigeon Coop Designs by Max Pigeon, and I was really relieved to finally get my copy a couple of weeks ago. I had pre-ordered it like most on Amazon, and then for the UK the pre-order got delayed. I can't remember when it was originally meant to ship, but I think it was delayed a couple of months, and then we kept seeing like other Flosstubers and cross stitchers on Instagram receive their copy around the world, and we were very jealous. And Laura at Cotton and Clay discovered that Blackwell's had got them in stock in the UK online before they were going to be released on Amazon. So I contemplated cancelling my pre-order, but I wasn't sure when the money was taken with the pre-order, whether it had already been taken or it would be taken nearer the time. So, and I also thought I might not necessarily stitch from it straight away. So in the meantime, I just watched everyone's flick through on Flosstube and like picked out mentally the projects I might start and patiently waited. And then, as it turns out, it came a couple of Sundays ago, and I got a notification just before to say that it was being dispatched, and that's when Amazon took my money. So yes, a lesson for the future with pre-orders. If this ever happens again, then I will probably take Laura's advice and cancel my pre-order on Amazon and run to whichever stockist is stocking them quicker. But anyway, it's in my hands now. I finally have a copy, so that's all good. And the project I decided to start with is Upon a Star, which looks like this. Apologies. So you probably all know that Max is a great user of negative space. So in fact, the tree and the wolf, the smaller trees, aren't stitched at all. They're just negative space, and the blue creates that design. So yeah, I was really excited to start that. It only calls for 5 DMC colours, but I'm stitching from stash, and so I don't believe I had any of the colours. So I used this tool online. You probably all know it. I can link it below. It's like a DMC conversion tool, and it tells you you can put in a DMC number and it tells you the closest possible numbers. And so I've used that tool to pick my colours. I'm using 14 count Black Ada from Stash. Sorry, I'm just tidying up. Here it is. And yes, I've just got it in a flexi rectangle square hoop at the moment, because a lot of my nudges are in use. I thought it was quite a good size. And I've got my Kate Blanford little Grumps needle minder, which I absolutely love. So yeah, let me show you my blues. So it's essentially 4 blues and a white to create this design. So I can tell you, it sort of goes from darker to light. So the darkest blue I'm using is DMC 3812. Second darkest I'm using is DMC 807. And then in poor cross stitch form, I am using I cannot remember the others, 2 bobbins of thread which are unnumbered, because despite being an archivist, my personal life and my stitchy stash is quite disorganised. Yeah, what can I say? So that's my third lightest colour. I do have one of those DMC books where you can cross compare and find the number. So I did bobbinate lots of my thread, and with the idea to do that, yeah, but I haven't done it yet. So I've sort of eyeballed this as my third lightest blue, and then lastly my 4th lightest blue looks like this. So I should still be able to create that effect quite successfully. Yeah, I won't give you a flick through because, as I said, there's quite a lot on Flosstube already. But yeah, I'll just give you one last look at the final design, which I think is going to be beautiful when I've finished. So that's a really nice whip that I don't know why I'm not working on, but looking at it again makes me excited. So yeah. I'm just gonna have a quick cup of tea. Okay. I think there's, no, two more. So my next whip is very exciting. Oh, sorry for the crinkles. And it is, I mentioned it in my last video, it's the sale I'm hosting, the Forget Me Not sale, which myself and my friend Maisie are hosting in memory of those we've lost, and we're both stitching Halloween in the Rain, and this is my start. Sorry, it's quite hard to see. You can tell it's autumn now as it's quite dark in here, so I've had to put my lamp in front of me and my stitchy light, so apologies for the shadows. But I've started on the ghost, and this fabric is a 16 count Ada from Lakeside Needlecraft, and Maisie's mum kindly sourced this for us. Maisie has started in the corner and is on a roll. She's flying through. I posted a picture of just some of her progress on my Instagram just on the first day that we started, which was the 21st of September, and we're stitching all the way through to the 31st of October. So let me show you the pattern once more. So oh yeah, and my needle minder is by Cotton and Clay UK, and you'll see when you see the pattern it's very appropriate because there is a ghost and a witch under an umbrella. Halloween in the Rain. So let's see if I can find the image. It's the pattern I purchased on Etsy, and it's printed across multiple pages, which is slightly different from me, and it's quite a bigger project from me too, so it's been a nice challenge. Found it. Okay. Yeah, this is what the final piece will look like. This is Halloween in the Rain, and Natalie from Home Sweet Home Handmade has also joined us, which is absolutely lovely. She has also started in the centre like me, but she's started on the witch, and she's completed the witch on the umbrella. So do go over to her Instagram to check that out. And I know she's hoping to do a Flosstube soon, but she's not feeling very well. So yeah, hopefully you'll be able to see her progress in more detail soon. So yeah, that's really nice, and if anyone wants to join us then you're welcome to, even though we've already started. You can see I haven't made much progress, so you'd be welcome to join and stitch anything Halloweeny in memory of someone. And again, the hashtag is the Forget Me Not sale. And I'll just have a little sip of tea. I'm sorry if I've changed position slightly. My iPhone ran out of storage. I quickly deleted some things. Okay, last whip. My last whip is in my autumn stitch project bag that my mum kindly pimped out for me. So cute. I've showed it on Instagram, but I'll show it closely on here. So it's got an autumn stitch backed onto it with some leaves, pumpkin, and some more pumpkins, and I'm going to say kisses from my mum. So for such an amazing bag, it needed an amazing autumn project. So this one I started just a few days ago. It's actually my only bit of haul technically, so there won't be a haul section sadly, because I'm still trying to be good money wise, so this is the only kit I've purchased over the last few months, even though there's been so many designs and kits that I wanted to buy. I've stayed strong, but I didn't have sort of an autumnal project on the go, nor did I have one in stash, so I allowed myself to purchase this one thing, and that is I'm So Glad by the Geeky Stitching Company. And it says, I'm so glad we live in a world where there are Octobers. And like I said, I bought the kit, so I believe it's 14 count Ada, and it's in this forest green. My needle minder is a lovely leaf from Cotton and Clay UK. Yeah, so I started in the centre with the back stitch, and I finished all the back stitch. Well, the words anyway. And the final design will look like this. Sorry, it's harder with the glare now that I've got to use artificial light. I'm trying to show you and point out. So yeah, it's got some toadstools, pumpkin, oh my goodness, pot of tea, leaves, and then a cute little fox in a scarf, mug of hot drink of choice. So yeah, in like Jess's usual design where it centres around some text in the middle. So yeah, I absolutely love the design. I didn't know what more to say, like when I saw it I just needed it, but again, just been feeling really tired in the evenings and not picking up my stitching, even though I've been thinking about it a lot, and like I love it. Everything I've got, all my projects I love all my projects on the go at the moment, and none of them aren't enjoyable to stitch, so I'm just in a little rut, but I hope I will come out of it soon. Lauren at Cross Stitch Bunny said she's been feeling the same, so that made me feel a bit better. So it happens to us all, even the floss tubers. And I think that's everything from me today. So yeah, one finish, worked on one summary whip, started four new starts, 3 of which I cannot wait to continue. I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe at least it just made you feel better about your stitching and gave you a little bit of inspiration, maybe to join the SAL or to get that autumnal project out of your stash and give it a go. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all again soon. Please like and subscribe and leave me a comment. I try to reply to all of them as best I can. I'm still getting to grips with the back end of YouTube, so if I don't reply straight away, I definitely will at some point. So take care, bye from me.